Just moments ago, police actually brought the suspect out of the house. He'd been barricaded inside for several hours here in Clifton. The river is so dangerous in this stretch that you can see Mesa County Search and Rescue has positioned a couple of boats just upstream of where that accident happened last night. But at the top of the hill, the problem isn't a lack of snow.
Tonight,
just
Matt,
hanging
you
out.
just look like you're just hanging out on Main Street.
I think I found my new favorite hangout spot here, you know, from the waterfalls down here to an actual map of Grand Junction built right into the sidewalk. Main Street uplift is complete. This is Mickey. Mickey is a baboon. These 22 people were inside the building shopping when that floor collapsed. There are still a couple of people that have been making their way up these stairs and into the old Mesa County Courthouse to drop off their ballots tonight. But this isn't the only spot around the community. This used to be a sidewalk. Now it's fit for a kayak. I'm at Kroschel. I'll have the story coming up. Fire crews on the ground and in the air continue to monitor the Cannon Creek fire. We know right now the investigation is still open, but I'm told this could take weeks, maybe even years to find out exactly who this is. It's the last thing these students expected to find on their field trip.
I kicked it over in the ground and I'd had nothing to say.
It's like a 1 in a million shot. Like, I've never met anyone who's found a skull.
The Colorado Mesa University Environmental Sciences class was shocked at what they found laying just a few hundred yards off this main road on the Uncompadre Plateau.
I kind of rolled it over with my foot. It was laid on the top of the skull was laying over and I just could see the bottom. So I just rolled it over in the grass.
Their professor, Deborah Kennard, couldn't believe her eyes either.
He came and got me. And my first question was, are you sure it's a human skull? And when you see it, there's absolutely no mistaking that.
After snapping these photographs, the group called the sheriff.
We don't have any identification on who that skull belongs to or what happened to them.
Sheriff spokeswoman Heather Benjamin.
We've reviewed our missing person cases that would have any sort of possible connection to this, and for what we have, it does not match those cases.
She says now it's a waiting game.
We have an investigator assigned to it, and really their job then is to continue to work with the coroner's office and CBI on their analysis and see where that goes.
And for the students who found these bones, this is one mystery they would really like to have solved.
I hope somebody gives me a call back and lets me know. It's not like finding an animal or anything out there. It's a person.
I don't know. I don't think we're going to find out.
Like I said in the story, so far the evidence does not point at any missing cases that are active right now here on the western slope. Christina, there are literally dozens of these ranch operations here in Colorado. The Humane Society claims that they are cruel to animals, while state wildlife officials have their own laundry list of concerns. I went out to one of these ranches to find out what is really going on behind the fences. It's a story you'll only see right here on News Channel 5.
I had that preconceived notion that, you know, high fence was you walk in and shoot that pet over there, and it's not that way.
Inside these fences at this 1,000-acre ranch, trophy-sized bull elk.
Elk here are luckier than the ones in the wild.
Buffalo roam.
Right over here.
And some not-so-common species graze.
I want it to be the best that can be for the people that come up here. I want it the best to be for the animals that are.
For Black Canyon Bulls owner Keith Seibert, allegations of animal cruelty have forced this quiet rancher to break his silence.
We'll all get a lot of hate mail. I think that would be cruel and inhumane to these is just off the wall. It's our livelihood.
But his industry is now in the crosshairs of animal activists.
Shooting captive wildlife is not fair. It's not sporting.
For the Colorado president of the Humane Society,
We want to see a full ban on canned hunting.
targeting canned hunting operations has become a top priority.
These animals are often tame or set up in a way that guarantees a kill for the shooter.
Humane Society investigators have documented cases of animal abuse in other parts of the country. Now they want to put an end to the 30-plus hunt ranches here.
It's a black eye here in Colorado. We have great animal protection laws otherwise.
Meanwhile, the industry has come under the scrutiny of two state agencies.
People are concerned on both sides.
The regional director of the Colorado Parks and Wildlife says this isn't cut and dry.
It's really a private property rights issue, a private animal ownership issue.
He says their main concern is keeping the exotic species separate from the native population.
If something gets started and it reproduces, then you can have devastating problems that you can't get a handle on.
Right now, there is some regulation in place.
What we can do is make sure that fences are up, make sure that those fences will actually contain the animals.
Back on the windy mesa overlooking Crawford,
I mean, they try to shut us down every 2 or 3 years.
the owners of Black Canyon Bowls say they will keep fighting for their business until the very end.
Hey, these animals are very well taken care of. I know a lot of ranches that they are all very well taken care of.
But the Humane Society just does not agree.
We have been a leader in the fight to end captive hunting. We find the most success when sportsmen help us.
In other states, the Humane Society has teamed up with sportsman groups to get bans passed on captive hunting.
News Channel 5's Matt Kroschel was invited to go along for this special trip to the nation's capital. He joins us live tonight from the studio with his part of the story. Welcome back, Matt.
Well, thanks, Lindsay. You know, it's not every day that complete strangers stop in their tracks and cheer, but these Western Slope war heroes garnered that exact reaction this entire journey. The Greatest Generation, taking an emotional journey.
I'm really overwhelmed. I can't imagine that people. It's pretty nice.
To our nation's capital.
Astounded at how big a outfit it is.
This final mission, visit the monuments built to honor them.
And we're not young, but in our hearts we are.
105 World War II veterans, plus an army of volunteers.
That makes me feel real honored.
37 hours to revisit history they made while on battlefields across the globe.
Because you think of people that are still there where it all happened, and I got to come home to my family.
In February of 1945, Rusty Caldwell watched as his fellow soldiers lifted a flag to the top of some lava rocks in the middle of the South Pacific.
This flag had gone up.
Now 85 years old, Caldwell reflects as he stands in the shadows of the Iwo Jima monument.
It was blasting, blasting, blasting.
Forever depicting that moment in history.
And my God, both of us made it, didn't we?
Other veterans quietly honor their fellow soldiers.
Seeing that, it really gets to you.
It makes you real proud to be a veteran.
Everywhere these Western Slope heroes go, they are noticed. Police escorts.
This is how you make a grand entrance.
Senators flocking to have photos taken with them.
Certainly no better reminder of who we are as Americans.
This flight is called Honor, something these men and women have been doing their entire lives. And now, giving the rest of us a chance to honor them. As you can imagine, this trip brought a lot of tears from everyone along the journey. Truly a wonderful group of men and women that I got to meet out there. And I can tell you that this has really changed my life as well. Lindsay?
All right, thanks a lot, Matt.